guys. Not 100% set on doing lengthy videos like a lot of other people, so I'm just going to go over this brief overview on doing your brakes and rotors. This is going to take some ogadogas. All right, so you don't have a torque wrench, you need a torque wrench. All right, so here is your Torx 30 bolts right here. Those are going to have to be 135 foot-pounds, and that takes a decent amount of strength. It sucks, let me tell you. All right, so to get those off, you also need a breaker bar. If you think you're going to do it with just a socket and a regular ratchet wrench, it's not going to work. You'll strip these bolts out every fucking time. And all right, yeah. So I'll show you what was the easiest. Literally, one of these right there, Harbor Freight, 10-15 bucks probably. One of those. All right, torque wrench, bigger one. Yeah, you're gonna need it. If you don't have one, if you're doing your brakes, you need one. All right, so okay. So let's see here. All right, so you don't want to do that first. Obviously, you want to take your brake pads off. All right, this one at the bottom, 10 millimeter. This one might be an 8. I forget which. The one right here is, you're gonna have to use something a little bit thinner. This is like a cheap one I had around the house, to get to this piece right here, because you need to hold this while you turn the outside bolt, or this is gonna start turning and you could eventually rip these boots here, which house your guide pins, which I'll get to in a second. But I thought it had, well, whatever, I guess it doesn't have, well, yeah, it does. 17, 16, so I believe that's a 16 then, because it's a, no, 17. No, it's 17 and 18, okay, so no, it's a 17. And it goes right here, and you can turn the bolt out here while you hold this one. All right. And to get this to retract, it's on the inside in your settings screen on your radio, and you press the button for that, but it's in settings on your radio through the applications. And yeah, so I didn't know this when I was originally doing it. I watched a different video, and these pins need to be on the bottom. These metal clips, like that one right there, the silver, not the gold. Both of these have to be on the bottoms on both sides. So didn't know that. These clips right here, when you get new ones, you just take the old ones out with a screwdriver, press these in, like with your fingers and whatnot. If they don't go in, you can use pliers or whatever you need to get those in, but don't really bend them a lot because it has to be able to slide. I get like grease like this to use for my brakes. And then you got the guide pins here. Now these boots, they just slide off. Right here, it's not these two pieces, it's literally just a rubber boot here. And I'll show you it right here. It just pulls off, right? So you want to grease these guide pins, but make sure you don't get them dirty, because you don't want a bunch of stuff wearing in there. But other than that, you take off this bracket by those bolts, and you take off your, like when you go to set this up, you want to get a zip tie to something, or a piece of hanger or whatever, the caliper, because you don't want to yank on your lines. There's 2 bolts right here, and you take off the one, and then you can get to this one right here if you need to take the whole thing off. But if you're just doing regular brake pads, you don't have to take the whole thing off. But you don't want to guide the pin, and you can just pull down this collar, pull it out a little bit, and you can lube the pin right there. I guess you want to make sure that you don't overflow that tank, but I mean, I usually don't, so I don't really worry about it. And they say to disconnect your battery, which I didn't, but I'm sure it's a safety concern for most people. Anyways, that's it.